Thank you. Let's get on quickly.
We'll get on to our conversation. Vimal, all yours. Now let your journalistic instinct come out.
No, I think as I was just saying that it's slightly odd that I'm on the stage with two of the guys. I don't know how many times I have interviewed both of them. And first of all, thank you so much, Lalchan Bhai and Robin Bhai. First of all, Lalchan Bhai, I would like to say he has been a 2007 T20 World Cup winning coach, and when India won in Australia, he was there as coach. But what separates him from rest of the Indian coaches is like in India, we always hire foreign coaches. He's the only Indian who is, he's the right now, he's the head coach of the UAE national team. He has coached Afghanistan. You see the kind of role he has played. We all are seeing how Afghanistan has been doing. And some of the credit must go to him. And apart from that, he has coached Zimbabwe team. So big round of applause for the kind of contribution he has made as a coach. And I don't have much to say about Robin because we are of the similar age. We have been on tour so many times. So रॉबिन के साथ एक चीज रही है, कभी भी मैंने इनको देखा मतलब एंड ही केम फ्रॉम दैट जनरेशन, वो इंडियन क्रिकेट में सुपरस्टार स्टार कल्चर हो चुका है. ही वाज पार्ट ऑफ द 2007 वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग टीम. ही वाज इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया व्हेन धोनी's टीम फर्स्ट टाइम वहां पर जीती, वहां पर थे. कई बार हम लोग भी इनके पार्ट ऑफ सेलिब्रेशन में रहे, तो दैट्स ग्रेट थिंग. अब स्टार्ट करते हैं मेन लाइफ लेसंस फ्रॉम क्रिकेट. लालू भाई, सबसे पहले आपसे स्टार्ट करना चाहेंगे. आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो दिस स्टोरी, although I have repeated this so many times on my TV broadcast, on my YouTube, on my various articles. He was the guy, because I come from Delhi, my Karm Bhumi जिसको कहते हैं, I come from Jharkhand, but Karm Bhumi Delhi है. And in 2006 June, I still remember, distinctly remember, so I had gone to NCA Bangalore at that time. अब तो बेंगलुरु हो गया, उसमें बैंगलोर ही था, है ना. तो and I had gone to interview him because he was going with the under 19 team. England जाना था under 19 टीम को, और एक कोई और मैं फीचर करने गया था. तो he the first thing he asked me कि यार वो तुम्हारा दिल्ली वाला लड़का बड़ा अच्छा है यार, वो थोड़ा सा चबी है और वो लंबू. तो मैंने बोला कौन लालू भाई? तो he said that कि अरे वो कोहली और वो ईशांत शर्मा. तो देन आई सेड कि मैं नहीं जानता, मैं तो रणजी ट्रॉफी तक ही जाता हूँ, इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट और रणजी ट्रॉफी मैक्सिमम, अंडर 19 में नहीं जाता हूँ. तो मैंने बोला क्या यार तू कैसा बंदा है, तेरा वो आ रहा है कोहली करके बंदा है, वो तो एकदम एज गुड एज तेंदुलकर. मैंने बोला एज गुड एज तेंदुलकर, बॉम्बे का बंदा है भाई, तेंदुलकर इतना ऑब्सेशन है, और एक 17-18 साल का लड़का है, एंड ही इज कंपेयरिंग हिम विद तेंदुलकर, एंड ही हैज प्लेड विद गावस्कर एंड सारी चीजें. बोला लालू भाई आर यू श्योर? तू अभी आज उसका इंटरव्यू कर ले, तेरे को बताऊंगा मैं. एंड देन आई वेंट टू इंटरव्यू विराट, और विराट को फर्स्ट, दैट वाज विराट फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू. सो विराट इज सेइंग दैट भैया मैं तो किया नहीं हूं, मैं तो क्या क्या मैं बोलूं. सो आई सेड अरे कुछ भी नहीं करना है, यू जस्ट हैव टू से आई एम विराट कोहली, मेरा हीरो कौन है. मैंने बोला कि लालू भाई बोल रहे हैं कि तू बड़ा क्रिकेटर बनेगा, तो यू हैव टू फेस मीडिया एंड ऑल दैट. सो दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ विराट कोहली. एंड लालू भाई, कैन यू जस्ट टेक द स्टोरी फ्रॉम देयर?
सी, सबसे पहले तो मैं कहूँगा कि ही इज़ नॉट जस्ट अ फ्रेंड टू मी, मीडिया तो नहीं है, लेकिन ये मेरा यंगर ब्रदर जैसा है. जब ये मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम मिला था, तो ये हर एक का जैसे प्लेयर लोगों का इंटरव्यू लेने आया था, तो मैंने उसको ऐसे ही कहा है कि तुम सब रणजी ट्रॉफी खाली कवर करते तो अंडर 19 भी कवर करना ना, बिकॉज आई वॉज द हेड कोच ऑफ द अंडर 19 टीम. तो मैं देखा कि काफ़ी बंदे अच्छे थे एंड वी आर गोइंग टू इंग्लैंड. तो ये मुझे बोला नहीं यार मैं तो नहीं कवर करता हूँ. तो मैंने बोला नहीं अभी आपको बताता हूँ कि मैं एक बंदा देता हूँ कि मुझे उसका पैशन बहुत अच्छा लगा. वाई आई एम सेइंग दिस, बिकॉज आई वॉज द मुंबई कैप्टन व्हेन सचिन तेंदुलकर मेड हिज डेब्यू. ही वॉज जस्ट 15 years old, so I had seen him also, you know, कि how he used to prepare himself, how he was passionate about his batting. सचिन जब बैटिंग करके आउट होके आना ना, still he used to get upset, you know, at that age also, 15 में, you know, and he used to keep his bat and all those things. And उसको बोलते हैं well played, and नहीं sir I missed my 100. If he gets 100, you'd say I had missed my 150. I said यार ये एज पे इतना है ना. The same thing I saw in Virat Kohli, because I was the coach of the under 19, and we used to play some practice matches with KSA उधर जाने के पहले. In one game he got 145 and he got out and he threw his bat down. So I just went inside and I said क्या हो गया यार, इतना रन बना क्या है? So he was started angrily, So I just never said anything, and then after a few minutes I just said क्या हो गया? Sir I missed my 200 today. I said यार ये बंदा है आगे बढ़ेगा. because after scoring 145 and he still got that hunger to get 200, so that showed the passion and the ability not to throw his wicket away. So I told him कि दो बंदे हैं तुम्हारे दिल्ली के कि ये आगे बढ़ेंगे and then slowly his journey started off, and then we went to England. He was the highest run scorer, and then it's just a history. But the idea was that कि cricket teaches you a lot of things. Then after England, we went to Pakistan under 19, and that was the first time that Pakistan, Indian team had gone under 19 team, and we, beat them hands down. Test matches there were 3-0, 5 ODIs 5-0, and in every game he used to get 70 not out because he used to bat at number 4 or 5, 70 not out, or then he used to get 100. So I said कि इतना अंडर 19 का एज में इतना हंगर होना मैंने अभी तक देखा नहीं, एक्सेप्ट सचिन आई हैव नॉट सीन एनीबॉडी सो दैट्स व्हाई आई टोल्ड हिम कि ये लड़का सचिन से भी आगे बढ़ेगा. दैट आई वाज जस्ट कैजुअली बोला, बट आई थिंक ये हमेशा हर स्टोरी में दोहराता है. बट आई थिंक इट इज जस्ट दैट ही हैज developed in such a way that even now, if you see that inning, last game, the amount of hunger he has got, plus the way he runs in between the wicket as well. If you look at his innings, the singles and doubles he had, I think even a youngster would really fail to match up. He played the spinners well, and before that, people were talking he never had a good tour on Australia. So he wanted to bat early, So on Friday or Saturday, he said कि सर मुझे लेफ्ट स्पिनर चाहिए बैटिंग करने के लिए. So I gave 2-3 spinners from UAE team. He came 1.5 hours before to bat, and he just batted before the team came. तो मैं ऐसे उसको मिला, बोला अभी भी तेरे को यार नहीं सर मुझे अच्छा करना है. I said you have conquered so much, you have achieved so much in life, but that shows cricket में you're always hungry, you're never satisfied. And I think that is one classic example of Virat Kohli. He is never satisfied. Whatever he does, he wants to do better and better. And again in that match, I think he proved, and he showed that why he's the number one player. Everybody talks about him, but the work he has done behind, that is very important, because I have seen him from under 19. He सबसे मस्तीखोर था. He was a party goer, everything, But after he started playing for India, and then when he has left everything. He became vegetarian as well. He was a vegan. And the amount of training he used to do, and he brought that training culture into the national team as well. And I think the main thing is that people started following it, and they thought that if you're fit enough, you can perform better. And that's what I think cricket teaches you as well. See, success और फेलियर तो आता ही है क्रिकेटर्स का हर लाइफ में, बट अदर थिंग्स लाइक डिसिप्लिन, द मोर हार्डर यू वर्क यू बिकम सक्सेसफुल, ऑल दोज सब बड़े बड़े जार्गन बोलते हैं, दैट इज ऑल कमिंग इनटू क्रिकेट. बट फ्रॉम क्रिकेट यू कैन डू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन लाइफ एज वेल. In corporates you can do that as well, even in business you can do, because in business also somebody starts a business, you don't say that it will be successful, or it will be profitable, but you slowly get into that node, and then you start slowly building up, and then you start getting whatever profit. So it teaches you that, and I'm sure, I think Vimal has written that book, and he has given a lot of anecdotes as well. That is a classic anecdotes with cricket which can help in your life as well, and that life lessons, I think that's the best thing which can happen to anybody apart from a cricketer, but an individual as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. My question is to you. You have coached different national teams, and I think you have also worked on the ground with a lot of cricketers in India. How easy or difficult it becomes when you are trying to get assimilated in a particular culture, and what advice you will give? I think a lot of people change their companies, go from one place to another place with very different value systems. What is the one thing you will tell us which will help us thrive in any culture we go?
Yeah, I think with cricket I have worked with different countries, when different countries with different cultures, and every country has got its own culture. First I worked with India, so I knew what our culture is. But Afghanistan, the first time I went, I think it was really new to me. The players were difficult to understand first, what is required to be at the highest level. But one good thing was that they wanted to work very hard. In cricket, I think players know this, that if you work hard, definitely success is there. But just working hard is not the criteria. So I'll just give a story about Afghanistan. When I first met the Afghanistan players, we were going to Zimbabwe. So I needed a leg spinner. So there was a leg spinner in the under-19 team, Rashid Khan. People never knew him. So I just went to see in the nets, and I said, we don't have a leg spinner, so let's pick him. So we picked him, we went to Zimbabwe, and we won that series. And after the series, we came back. Rashid Khan comes and tells me, sir, I want to turn the ball. So I said, why? He said, at international level, if I don't turn the ball, people will, I won't get people out, and it will be easier for them. So I told him to sit. I said, have you seen Anil Kumble? So how many wickets he has taken? I said, more than 600 wickets, yeah. So what is his USP? So he's very accurate. And yes, so you won't believe, after that, he started working on his accuracy. After nets, we used to sit after practice. He used to come to me, we used to put a small handkerchief, and he used to bowl hours on that, because he wanted to become accurate. Though he was not turning much, but he was very accurate, And slowly, he started taking wickets with accuracy. He started playing T20 first, so players wanted to take him on, but they could not. And then he came into the IPL, and then it's a history, because he's been all over the world and he's the #1 bowler. So, changing your thing, that whatever, see, every cricketer, I feel that there is something natural in him. As a coach, we always feel that natural ability. A batsman, Robin will be different, Sachin Tendulkar will be different, Lakshman will be different. Everybody has got different. So they have got their own natural ability. So I always to feel that don't curb your natural ability. You got to focus on your natural ability. Make sure that that is the way you're going to get runs. But somebody, most of the time they'll say, Ki, you're very good on onside. You can't play offside. So you try to play offside, then he loses his onside as well. So then it's the same thing with the bowlers. Because I have seen a lot of bowlers who say ki he can't bowl in swing. So they say he's a good outswinger, but most of the time you'll get wickets with outswing. But he has to try and bowl in swing. In the meantime, he tries to bowl in swing, he loses his outswing, and the bowler is finished. So it happened. So I said, don't curb your natural instinct. And Rashid has got a natural ability that he's got an action which is fast, which is difficult for the batsman to pick. The only thing he has to pick those things. So this cultural thing, then he understood what I was trying to do. And then you have to know those cultural things. Same thing which happened to me when I went to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, I think the colored guys, they were really not very keen on working hard, like training, but they were very muscular, They used to hit the ball hard, but they never used to use their skill level, If you tell them to play on a turning track, they will just go, sir, I'll just want to hit him across, I'll hit him for sixes, I'll be hitting it. But it's not natural that you can just hit every ball, So the same thing, I think you got to be more on those lines, that I have to be little bit circumspect that how I should learn and, adjust to the conditions. I think this is what cricket teaches you, to adjust to different conditions, different environment, and then make your think that how best I can perform in those conditions as well. I think that's the reason why I think I'm more successful as a coach, because I try to give them that space. And everybody is talking about life lessons, that you have to be happy. In cricket also, the dressing room atmosphere should be happy. If your dressing room atmosphere is happy, I think you can conquer everything. Because as it is, the players are always under pressure. From the selectors, if you don't perform, you will be out the next game. They're, obviously media, obviously their family, and the crowd as well, because they are always under pressure. So if a coach wants to put additional pressure, oh, you have to score this game, huh? See, it doesn't make any sense, So you have to keep them happy that they perform. Everybody knows that I have to perform better. But small things which can make them, perform better is the confidence, the motivation, and keep them happy. I said, if you don't perform also, don't worry, because I have seen some of the players are so much tense. If I don't perform, I said, no, it's not the end of the world. In cricket, nobody has scored 1,000 runs. Everybody gets out. So I said, don't worry about getting out. You will ultimately get out. And if you're thinking of getting out, you're already out inside the dressing room with it. So just go and say, okay, today, if it's my day, I'll just go and play my natural shots and I'll perform. So these are the small things we can, and from this only, and I'm sure, I think this book will also help them to, the guys who read this, I think it will be much better.
राइट लालू भाई, जिस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं रॉबिन और लालू भाई, तो हम ऐसा लग रहा है कि पूरी रात भी बात करते रहे तो खत्म नहीं होगी, लेकिन दोनों मेहमानों ने काफी अपने व्यस्त कार्यक्रम से यहाँ पर हमें बड़ा कीमती वक्त दिया है। और अब हम लास्ट राउंड में, आज बिफोर वी जस्ट वाइंड अप, one question though everyone must be wondering, especially from both of you, what has been the biggest life lessons from cricket for you as a player? Now you are as a retired player. What has been the biggest life lesson which you be telling your kid or whoever it is?
आप पूरी रात तो बिठा के ही रखोगे।
डिफिकल्ट दे दिया क्वेश्चन।
नहीं, ये काफ़ी डीप क्वेश्चन है, बट आई थिंक अगर जिस्ट में बोलना चाह रहा हूँ तो आई वुड से कि सक्सेस इज़ नॉट एवरीथिंग एंड नाइदर इज़ फेलियर। आई थिंक अगर आप प्रिंसिपली साउंड हो, आपका स्टैंडर्ड्स हो, प्रिंसिपल्स हो ज़िंदगी में, और आप उसके दायरे में चलते हो और उसको मेंटेन करते हो, तो आप एक अच्छी ज़िंदगी बिता सकते हो. बट टू हैव दोज प्रिंसिपल्स एंड स्टैंडर्ड्स इन लाइफ आई थिंक इज़ क्रिटिकल. एंड आई थिंक व्हेन यू प्ले ग्रेट, व्हेन यू, दैट्स आई थिंक वन ऑफ द थिंग्स आई हैव लर्नड द मोस्ट फ्रॉम द स्पोर्ट, कि success is not everything and failure isn't either. Just live by your values and principles that you set by yourself, set for yourself, and take one day at a time.
Okay, thank you so much, Lalu bhai.
Yeah, I think in cricket, everybody says that, when I was started playing cricket, everybody said that you should have played more for India and all those things. But for me, I think I have never been so much disgruntled that I have not played for India more, or I should have played more. For me, I think whatever I have been doing, that is more passionate for me, working with the players, giving something back to the game. And I have been giving back for n number of years, but I am not expecting anything from them. As a coach, I think players performing better, that's the most satisfying thing for me. It's not that I should get something in return, because some coaches always feel, I have coached him, but he has not taken my name in the press. I have never done this. I think he knows it. I do my job sincerely, honestly, and with dedication. That is the most satisfying for me, and I'll be doing it for n number of years till my hands and legs are working.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.